Good day, students. Hope you're doing fine. And today we shall continue our lesson from Unit 8 from your close up textbook. And in the meantime, make sure you turn to page 101. So, in this unit today, you will be doing, yes, as you can see there, you will be doing some speaking activities. And with these speaking activities, I hope all of you will enjoy talking with your friends and comparing ideas with your friends. Here are the learning objectives for today. First, you will be learning new words and their meanings. Next, you will practice using some of the useful expressions related to means of transport. Next, you will also be discussing the advantages and disadvantages of certain means of transport, as well as talking about things you can do while you are in a long journey. Finally, for fast learners or those who have completed the previous task, you will be sharing about your free time activity using the guidelines given in your textbook. So, our first task is on word check. But first, let's read all the words together and repeat after me. Are you ready? Okay. Journey, advantages, disadvantages, coach, traveling, holiday, bored, option, comfortable, prefer, transport. So those are the words that we are going to encounter for today's lesson. And now I will help you with the first four words, and for the rest of the words, you will have to find yourself using your dictionary or online dictionary. Okay? The first word is journey. Journey means travel from a place to another. It's also mean a trip, an expedition, or a voyage. Next one, advantages. It means benefit or profit. In other words, it's all about positive matter, or it concerns on the positive sides. Next word, disadvantages, and it's very simple. It's the opposite of advantages. Means that it concerns on the negative side. And for the fourth word, coach. Yeah, I know most of you will say a coach is someone who trains you or an instructor. But in this context, a coach means a vehicle used for transport over long distances, or in simpler word, a bus. Confusing, right? But that's what coach means. Now, moving on to our next task, which is the task A that you can find in your textbook as well. And here are the questions. Work with a partner and answer these questions. These two questions is a very simple one. It's for you to work with your partner first. The first one, which type of transport do you prefer to use on a long journey? And then the second one, what could you do to stop getting bored when you go on a long journey? Now I may give you some time to think about the answers. Questions are quite simple, right? Okay. Now, here are some of the answers that you might use. Okay. For the first question, it's either you can use coach, a train, a cruise ship, and etc. For the second questions, the answer could be you may play games, you may read some books or comics, and you may either listen to music and etc. So make sure during the class later on, you shall work with your partner and answer these two questions among yourselves. After we have done with your task A, we are now in your task B, which is also in your textbook. And here you need to answer these questions, and you have to write either A for advantages or D for disadvantages after the statements 1 until 6 about going on a journey by car. So, question number 1, you feel sick. Is it advantageous or disadvantageous? Normally, it differ from a person to another one. Okay, moving on to the second one, you can look out of the window and enjoy the view. A or D? Number 3, there are traffic jams. It's either A or D as well. Number 4, you can stand up and walk around. Number 5, it's a fast way to travel and can be comfortable. And last one, you can stop and get out when you want to. So all these statements are about going on a journey by car. It's either advantageous or disadvantageous. All right. Before we move on to the next task, which are task C and task D, here are some useful expression in talking about possibility. Okay, the first useful expression is do you think might be good? I don't think would be a good idea because, and then the second useful expression is could be good. What do you think? Yes, I think would be good because, no, I don't think that would work because. Okay, now students, this useful expression will be used in the next task, and hopefully you will remember to use this useful expression in the next task that we will be going to do. So task C, you need to read the exam close up first and then read the exam task and think about the advantages and disadvantages of each option. Now, actually, for this exam close up, it's a guideline for you on how to do the exam task after this. Okay, there are four simple guidelines for you to talk about all the options. Okay, the first bullet, it's important to talk about all the options in the exam before deciding on the best one. For example, here we have 7 options. It means that you need to talk about all the 7 options or tell about all the 7 options before you deciding on the best one. Next bullet, you think about the advantages and disadvantages of each option and give your opinion. It means you have 7 options and you need to at least tell 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages of each option. Meaning to say, altogether, you will have 4 times 7, it's 28 options. Sorry, 28 opinions. Okay? Now, the next step, it's a good idea to say why an option might be good before you say why it might not be the best. Okay, talking about this, in a discussion or in a conversation, it's best for you to tell the advantages first before you tell the disadvantages. Okay? And lastly, remember to ask your partner his or her opinion as well. It means that you need to take turn to do this conversation so that you may practice this speaking task. And here is the speaking task that you have to complete. Okay, the instruction is now work with a partner to complete the exam task. Remember to use the useful expressions to help you and don't forget the exam close up as well. So the instruction for exam task is a boy and a girl are going on a holiday by coach. It's a long journey and they might get bored, so they want to take some things to do while they are traveling. Talk together about the things they could do. Now decide which one would be best for both of them. Alright, so using the exam close up, the first thing you need to do is to talk all the options given. Here we have watching a film, playing on your phone, reading, taking pictures, playing games, writing, and eating. All these are the things you can do on the couch. Now I give an example. The example is watching a film. So I have listed out the advantages and disadvantages, 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages. Now, let's use the useful expressions here. Do you think watching a film might be good? I don't think watching a film would be a good idea because I won't know what's happening around me. Watching a film could be good. What do you think? Yes, I think watching a film would be good because I can watch my favorite movie without interruption. No, I don't think that would work because I need big data storage or fast internet connection to watch a film. You see? So I've given you some of the examples using the useful expressions and using the exam close up. So your task in the class later on, you have to do this learning step by step in order for you to accomplish this lesson for today. Now, for fast learners or for those who have done the previous task, it's now the presentation, which is the ideas focus. you have hmm, you have 3 points here. The questions are: do you normally have free time during the week? Why or why not? Is traveling a waste of time? Why or why not? If you could spend more time with someone, who would it be and why? Now, I will give you some time to think to answer these 3 questions, and you may present it in the class later on. All right, students, here are some of the sample answers that you may use in the questions given to you for the ideas focus. The first one: do you normally have free time during the week? Why or why not? If your answer say yes, then the reason is you may spend time with your family members. If your answer is no, maybe your reason is you have to complete your homework. The next question is traveling a waste of time? Why or why not? If your answer is yes, because it wastes money. If your answer no, the reason is because maybe you will know new places. And for question number 3, if you could spend more time with someone, who would it be and why? Here I've given you 2 sample answers. The first one, I could spend more time with parents. Why? Because I can spend quality time with my parents. If you say you want to spend your time with your friends, your sample of reason could be you want to enjoy and have freedoms with your friends. So, with that, I hope you have all the ideas and will understand what we are going to do for the next lesson. And with that, I end my lesson today. All the best to you. See you tomorrow. Thank you.